Now, I want you to understand this was not some polite academic debate. The calendar was a source of seriously bitter conflict. I mean, think about it. If you control the calendar, you control religious life. And these different groups fought tooth and nail over it. So let's break down the key players in this fight. First, you have the Pharisees. They were the champions of the sunset start, and it was all tied up in their lunar calendar and what they called the oral law, these traditions they believed were passed down. On the complete opposite side, you had the Essenes, with their solar calendar and that super literal reading of Genesis. And then you had other groups, like the Boethicians, who just flat out rejected the Pharisees' oral law. We don't have their writings anymore, but because they were so against the Pharisees, it's pretty darn likely they disagreed on the calendar too.
Okay, so this is a really fascinating bit of ancient history for sure. But you might be asking, why does a 2,000-year-old debate about calendars actually matter today? Well, because it has absolutely profound implications for how we understand the development of both Judaism and early Christianity.
And this is where the puzzle pieces really start to connect to early Christianity, especially with groups like the Ebionites. Now, these guys were a sect of Jewish Christians. They were super passionate about the Torah, but they were also fiercely anti-Pharisee. They rejected all those traditions of the elders. So when you think about their likely connection to Essene ideas and how much they opposed the Pharisees, it becomes highly plausible that they kept that older tradition, a sunrise Sabbath.
And this is the moment where it all just clicks into place. If the Sabbath starts at sunrise on Saturday, well then it has to end at sunrise on Sunday. Just stop and think about that for a second. The end of the Sabbath would line up perfectly with the timing of the resurrection, which the Gospels tell us happened at dawn on Sunday morning.
What you get is this absolutely seamless theological transition. The holy day of the Sabbath doesn't just come to a hard stop. No, it flows right into the celebration of the resurrection morning, what would eventually become known as the Lord's Day. It creates this beautiful, powerful connection between the two events, a connection that you just don't get with a sunset Sabbath.
And get this isn't just some theory that we're piecing together from dusty old texts. There is a living echo of this tradition today. The Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church, a church that has preserved a ton of ancient Jewish practices that were lost everywhere else, well, they traditionally start their clock at sunrise. And here's the kicker. Their Bible includes the books of Jubilees and Enoch. Those are the very texts that were so important to the Essenes and their whole sunrise calendar. It's a direct, living link.
So it all leaves us with this one big final thought. A seemingly simple change, just shifting the start of the day from sunrise to sunset, fundamentally changed everything. It altered the calendar, it shaped religious identity, and it might have hidden these incredible connections that we're only just now starting to rediscover. And it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? How many of our own deeply held traditions are defined by a forgotten debate over a single sunrise?